Hi lovelies, it's Emmy. Today I want to share with you something that is considered perhaps a little bit unusual. It's this. So for those of you that are not familiar with this, I can't read the Chinese for you, but it's often called a century egg or 1,000-year-old egg or black egg. So let me preface this a little bit. So last week, my entire family got sick. We all got the stomach flu and it was terrible. So as we were recovering, I was trying to make food that would be gentle on our stomachs and something that we wanted to eat. So as most of you know, I'm Chinese American. I grew up here in the States. And when we were sick or in the wintertime, my mom would make something called yolk. It's this. It's a rice porridge made usually with a really concentrated broth. And it's very nutritious, very gentle on the stomach, and delicious. So I made a batch of this. And growing up, when we had it, we would always have it with this, which is called pidan, and it's a century-year-old egg. So I thought I'd share it with you because I think a lot of people find it really unusual and strange, because it is. And I want to show you the proper way to eat it, or the way I've eaten it. So you may have heard of this before, this preserved duck egg. It looks like this. Traditionally, when I was a kid growing up, my dad would get them, and they would be packed with like mud and rice hulls, and you had to scrape all that off, and then you would get this egg. The mud that they pack on there, and lye I think they put on there, or soda ash or something like that, creates a chemical reaction with the duck egg and congeals it in a very interesting way. So the way you eat it is you crack the egg, and like this, just like a hard-boiled egg, and then you peel it. So as you can see, the egg has darkened and has congealed. So here is the egg. I actually think it's quite beautiful, but for those uninitiated, might find it quite repulsive. Up close you can kind of see that there is this little bit of a snowflake kind of pattern that happens to the surface of the egg. The egg white turns into this kind of jello, and here is the yolk. So you can see a little bit of yolk, and it turns this really strange gray-green color. Some of these shows, they have people just bite it like that. I would never do that. It's a very, very strong, pungently flavored thing, and I would never just eat it plain like that. It's just very strong and harsh. I think it can be served that way if you really enjoy it. It's not how I've eaten it. So here we go. So when you cut it, this is what it looks like inside. Very interesting. So the yolk has turned this kind of green, almost looks like planetary-like thing. And there you can see a better shot of the egg white that has gelatinized into this tea brown color. It has a very strong odor. It smells very sulfury and ammonia-like. And when I say ammonia, for those of you might not know ammonia, it's kind of like Windex. That's what it smells like. It's a lot like, I think, how you describe really strong cheeses. It doesn't sound attractive when you describe it, but when you taste it, it's something else. All right, so next what we do is we cut it into small pieces, and then I sprinkle this in the inside like that. For a small bowl like this, I think half an egg is plenty, but you add a little bit of white pepper. I love white pepper, so I put a good amount. And then really finely sliced green onions. And that's it. And the hot soup kind of melts the century egg a little bit, particularly the yolk. And you stir it. Not very appetizing. It looks a bit like glue, but it is delicious. So next you take a bite with a little bit of everything, the white pepper, the pidan egg, and the soup. And here we go. Itadakimasu. Delicious. The soup is really delicious. It's not unlike a really strong chicken soup or chicken noodle soup, something like that, but made with rice. Very thick texture, hot, and then you have the egg, kind of like an overripe soft cheese. You get that kind of metallic ammonia kind of flavors, but when you have it in the soup like this, it's really nice. It really mellows out that harsh edge, and along with the fresh green onion, which gives it a kind of brightness, and it is assertive enough to kind of stand up with the strong flavor of the egg. Delicious. I could eat this every day. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's pidan, or century egg. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried this before, and if so, what your thoughts and opinions are. And if you like it or if you enjoy it, how you eat it. I think there are several ways to eat it. This is the only way that I eat it. For those adventuresome eaters that want to actually try this, I think you can find them at most Asian grocers. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye. And they're so cute. So it looks like there's 6 different flavors because they look like 6 different flavors. Oh, my phone's ringing. Gotta go.